Well, good morning, evening, and or afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, yet again, the Bastard Beast. So, what are we talking about today, good old Uncle Bastard? Well, I'll tell you. I just got this little tick in the back of my mind. You ever get this random thought in your head, and it's like, fuck, that's a dumb thought. Today, monarchy. Because this seems to be gained a little traction among you more disillusioned people. They're like, you know what? I don't believe in the modern governmental system. And instead of thinking of a new way to do it, progressing everything into a better way, they want to revert back to old ways, old defunct governmental systems that just didn't work. So people got rid of them. They got rid of them for a fucking reason. And let's just talk about monarchy, because monarchy today is basically the exact same thing as communism. You got delusional people thinking it's this old system that failed is somehow better than the new system, which it's not. It straight up, it is not. It is the exact same fucking thing as communism. These people are simply advocating for getting rid of your responsibility, your duty to maintain your government and your country and keep your nose on that grindstone and keep your politicians straight and everything else, and keep their feet on the fire. That is your responsibility. The things are so bad in America and the world right now is because people let go of their responsibilities. They just said, fuck it, put it on autopilot. Just let them take care of it. That's what's fucking up everything. And that's exactly what monarchy and communism is. It is the final end result of letting go of the responsibility, not taking charge, and not being there to pay attention to what your government is doing. You're just pawning it all off. It's the exact same fucking thing. You're just handing it all off to bureaucrats or people who think they're better than you. Now people say, well, what if the person's trained from birth to rule the country? Okay, how does that change anything from communism? Because they basically do the same thing. Don't believe me? North Korea. Yeah, that's a dictatorship. Yeah, exactly. Dictatorship is what you do when communism and monarchy do a fusion dance. Exactly. Shut your fucking mouth. This is the dumbest fucking shit ever. Because let's take a look at one of the biggest problems we have right now. Subversives. Sneaky little people just worming their way into positions of power to gain control. How is that going to affect monarchy? Well, it's going to affect monarchy like it affected every single monarchy before. The subversives are going to come in, they're going to take control, and you're going to have a puppet king. Like what always fucking happens. And people often think, we'll get a Marcus Aurelius every single time. No. A Marcus Aurelius is one out of a dozen, one out of 100. What you're going to get the majority of the time, 99% of the time, is a corrupt, selfish narcissist who believes he's above everyone else and can do whatever he wants. Have you heard a monarchist fucking argue? I have. They sound exactly like communists to the fucking core. They want to implement the exact same way, the same shit, same policies. It's just with a different coat of paint. That's why it's fucking stupid. Because just once again, pawning off all the goddamn responsibility on governmental figures that don't give a fuck about you. That will form a fucking cabal, be it nobles or the ruling party. They will form a cabal and they will work against your interests to their own betterment. Whether it is nobles or not, it's the same fucking thing. It's the lazy ass boomer mentality of let someone else take care of it. It's not my responsibility. Well, guess what, asshole? It fucking is. And just because you don't like the current fucking system, that's no fucking excuse to be a dumbass and want to revert to a different older and defunct system nobody fucking uses anymore because it's old, defunct, and it didn't fucking work. You know where it fucking works? Places like fucking Morocco, where you can do a bit of extreme shit and no one really bats an eye. You can't exactly do that in America, where you kind of got to accept people for their differences. You know where you don't have to accept people for their differences? Under a communist or a monarchistic government, where the people who have a bit too many differences, they just disappear. They end up in the donjon, or, in a certain camp. And you'll listen to these fucking people, especially monarchists. They'll be like, well, they'll persecute the people I don't like. Okay, dumbass. What'll happen when you're the person the monarch doesn't like? Just like if you're the person the communist government doesn't like. How's that going to work out for you? How are you going to guarantee every single king is going to be a Marcus Aurelius? All that is plugging your ears and going, la, 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 la. No, Commodus wasn't a thing. Claudius wasn't a thing. Nero wasn't a thing. There's not countless examples of corrupt and downright sadistic freaking ruling parties and a monarchistic system, fucked up nobles doing fucked up things because there's no one else to fucking do anything against them because the people don't have any way to fight back. Unlike in the American system, which it's extremely fucking corrupted today, but our system, you know what? How we fix that shit? You lock and fucking load, go over there and you tar and feather a motherfucker. That's the best I can say without glowing too hard. But that's how our system is supposed to fucking be. You don't pawn off your fucking responsibility on someone who doesn't give a fuck about you and has absolutely no incentive to give a fuck about you. Well, their incentive is to make sure the country's ruling properly. Yeah? Is that so, asshole? How many examples are there of monarchs, emperors, just not giving a fuck? Just not giving a fuck. They get completely complacent and they just live in the lap of luxury and do nothing but self-indulge. Oh shit, that is a massive fucking laundry list of examples. Now let's get back to subversives, what I talked about earlier. Do we have a lot of examples of that? Oh shit, we do. I mean, fuck, that seems to have happened to the Chinese emperors a lot. Eunuchs tend to be a big fucking problem because they do that. Just like the communists do. Except it's a monarchy. They worm their way into positions of power, take control, and the monarch is a fucking puppet. So how would you do anything to prevent subversives taking over, a sadistic ruler, or just completely incompetent government? Oh, look, you can't because you gave away all the power you had to bureaucrats and fucking a noble class that has no incentive to give a fuck about you because to them, you're just a resource. You're just a cog in the machine that can be pulled out at any time and replaced with a new cog. Is it sinking in yet how dumb this system is and why it's no longer used? Why the American system of government, the representative constitutional republic, is by far superior. And it's only going bad now because the irresponsibility of the common man. That is the crux of the issue right there. We have the superior system. We don't have people maintaining it properly. Y'all remember broken window theory? Exactly. There's no one repairing the fucking windows in America or in the EU or anywhere else. If you don't repair the windows, it's going to go to shit. Now, our system is set up to have the people say, hey, this window is broken. This window has been corrupted. We need to remove that window and replace it with a new one. You can't do that under communism or monarchy. There's another delusional fucking thing people say. Oh, we can just replace the monarch whenever. We can just do that whenever. Give me an example. Oh, there's not a lot of examples of that happening. There's a lot of examples of nobles getting pissed off at the monarch and taking over, but not really a lot with just the people. Just the people taking over. And when you do, you have things like, oh, the French Revolution, where it's a total fucking clusterfuck because no one knows what in the hell's going on or how to do anything about it. So, wow, it looks like you're just no different than a fucking communist when it comes to monarchists. It's very, very stupid. Looks good on paper at first. Just like communism. You can preach it very well. You can say all your good little talking points, but once you fucking actually put pen to paper and actually scrutinize this kind of policy, this kind of governmental system, you will realize it is an incredibly flawed system. I mean, it had its place back when you were ruling over just villages or a city-state. But an actual nation? Fuck no. Fuck no. Because it is way too easy for one man to get a wild hair up his ass and decide, you know what, wipe that village off the face of the map. I don't like the way they painted their buildings. Burn it all to the ground while I play my violin. Is it sinking in yet why this is fucking stupid? You never revert back to old ass fucking governmental systems that quite frankly didn't work out. So we had to replace them. Yeah, and I know I'm looping, but hey, I gotta drive this home on how stupid, incredibly stupid this is. Because it is just as fucking stupid as communism. It is just the lazy, fucking turn on and tune out mentality. And boomers and Generation X fucking really instilled in a lot of people. No, you have to be responsible, asshole. You have to be a fucking man, and you have to get in those fucking trenches. Get your goddamn hands dirty. And do the best you can to maintain that fucking series of windows. You replace the fucking windows. You clean the windows. You polish the windows. And you check the windows every single fucking day. As often as possible. And you make sure those windows are pristine. You don't fucking just call up a handyman and say, you're in charge of these windows. You don't go to Home Depot and pick up fucking Pedro and Pascual. Hey, pendejo. Trabajo. Sí, windows. You clean. You make sure clean. Very good. Yeah, you don't fucking do that. They're your fucking windows. You maintain them. It's your fucking responsibility as a man, as a citizen, as a human fucking being with fucking sentience and reason. You employ that shit. You pay attention, you notice, and you do your very best to not only maintain everything to its best quality, but also try to think of a better solution. One that will benefit everyone in the best possible way, not just a few fucking people who will undoubtedly take advantage of the situation and exploit it to their own benefit. Because all that is just bending over yourself for someone else and say, oh, rule over me, daddy. Oh, I don't want to be responsible. Take me, daddy. Be my master. Fuck that. Fuck that submissive Eurocut bullshit. I'm a goddamn American. The only one I'd do that for is my fucking woman. And hey, that's only after a few years of marriage and, things get stale in the bedroom. We got to kink it up a bit. But hey, don't judge me. Don't judge me. All right, you probably do some nasty stuff in bed too, all right? And hey, that's my woman. We've been married fictionally for several years. Who knows where I'm going to be at that point? We could be into some weird shit. Fuck you. It's my show. I'll say whatever I want. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful, beautiful day.